Matt? You've been in there a long time. Are you okay? It's time to board.
Oh, sorry, Jan. I'll be out in a minute.
Hurry up! Matt? Since we arrived at Mexico Airport, you ran to the toilet again. Are you ill or something?
No. It was the ice cream I ate on the plane. It upset my stomach. I'll only be another 10 minutes or so. Just wait a minute, please.
Okay, I'll be here. Matt? Are you sure you're okay? You rushed to the toilet again when we were about to leave the hotel. And last night you seemed uneasy. Are you sure you're not sick?
To be honest, I'm a bit off. Yesterday was the first time I'd been on a plane for ages, and not to mention that we're abroad. I guess I'm a little more nervous than I thought I'd be. You studied abroad and can speak Spanish, so it must be easy for you. I was born and raised in Kansas, and I've never been abroad, so please don't expect me to be as chill as you are.
I don't expect you to be at my level or anything. You're the one that said that going abroad was fine because I can translate for you. Anyway, that doesn't matter now. How long will you be this time?
About 1 hour. Please wait for me.
What? 1 hour?
I need to call home and let them know that I arrived.
I already told them for you.
Yeah, I know. But I remember that they asked me to get in touch, too.
Really?
I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking earlier. Anyway. My mom loves to talk for ages on the phone, so I think it'll be about 1 hour before she lets me go.
Rachel really doesn't let anyone go once you start a call with her. She just goes on and on.
I think after I call her once, she won't bother us for the rest of our honeymoon. So, do you mind if I call her?
I guess. I'll be in the hotel cafe. Let me know when you finish the call.
Okay. Sorry about this.
What the heck, Matt? It's been 2 hours already! I know that Rachel likes to talk for a long time, but 1 hour was more than enough. We have to go to the next place. You do realize that our day of sightseeing will be ruined if we don't leave soon?
I'm so sorry. I forgot to call you.
What happened?
Mom was rushed to hospital.
What?
Please go on with the rest of the honeymoon without me. Have a good time.
Wait! You have to explain a bit more than that. You called Rachel earlier, didn't you?
Yeah, that's right. When we were talking, she seemed to come down with something. There was a loud noise for a while from her end, and I waited to find out what it was. That's when I heard the ambulance sirens.
Ambulance?
Dad got on the phone when he realized I was still on the other end. He explained the situation to me.
I hope she's all right. If that's happened, then I think I should go back with you.
You don't have to.
Why wouldn't I?
It's a huge waste of money if we both miss out on the honeymoon. You should go on with all the activities just as planned.
The money doesn't matter though, does it?
I'm sorry. I've messed up. I'm already boarding the airplane for home, but I only paid for my flight.
What?
I only did it because I got a good deal on the ticket. So please, have a good time on the rest of the holiday.
Wait! I can't just have a honeymoon without my husband. That's not how it works.
You'll be fine by yourself. You went to study abroad alone.
That's not the problem.
Well, I'm off.
I can totally understand being worried about Rachel, but leaving your wife by herself in a different country and flying home is a different story. What do you think you're doing? And it's not like I'm not worried about Rachel either.
I'm sorry, but I don't have time to listen to your complaints at the moment. I'm going to switch my phone off now.
Wait! Matt!
Jen! Where are you now?
What? Rachel?
I'm at Mexico City Airport at the moment.
Really? How?
This airport is really nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but...
I decided I'd also pop over.
I don't understand.
I'm sorry I didn't let you know. I thought you wouldn't mind if I joined your honeymoon, so I followed you here.
I don't... But... I don't know what to...
What's wrong? Are you okay? You're more surprised than I expected you to be.
Well... You were calling Matt for a couple of hours earlier, weren't you?
What? No! Recently, I've been trying to avoid bothering people so much with long phone calls. You're the one that told me some people might get annoyed by such long calls in the era of text messages. I'm being careful because of that.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's right. Sorry. That said, though, well... Matt told me that you were taken to the hospital in an ambulance when he was on the phone with you.
Huh? What are you talking about? Is this one of those memes that you kids like these days? Until just now, I was on the airplane. I only just arrived here in Mexico.
Is that so?
I don't mean to be rude, but won't you come and meet me at the airport? Actually, don't worry. I should be able to find the hotel by myself. I won't get in the way of your evenings. They're precious on a honeymoon. Don't worry.
I'm sorry, but I have a list of things the size of a mountain that I need to sort out.
Really?
Matt went back to Kansas by himself.
What? Why?
That's what I was talking about earlier. He told me that you had an accident when he was on the phone with you, and you were rushed off in an ambulance.
What was he on about? All I told him to do was message me when you arrived in Mexico.
Really?
What is he doing?
Anyway, I'll come and pick you up now. Please lend me an ear. I'm so confused.
Of course. We've clearly got some things to clear up. Jen, how's it over there?
Oh, hey, Matt.
The single girl honeymoon must be fun, right?
Yeah. Even if you did leave me alone.
Why do you have to talk to me like that? Is something still up? I couldn't help going home. My mom was rushed to hospital.
And how is Rachel now?
Oh yeah, well, it wasn't a big deal. It seems like she collapsed due to her anemia. She's been as active as ever since she got home.
Is that right?
Yeah. It seems like everything was exaggerated a bit. I gave her a right earful about having to leave the honeymoon early. She's by my side now, mulling over what happened.
I don't know how that's possible. Rachel is here with me.
What?
She's not a twin, is she? So how can she be here and there? It seems a bit fishy, doesn't it?
Whoa, wait. What do you mean she's with you? That's totally impossible.
Well, yeah. I guess it wouldn't be normally. She wanted to come with us on our honeymoon, so bought a ticket and is here now.
I don't understand.
Of course, she knew it's not normal for a parent to go on their kid's honeymoon, but she really wanted to come. She teared up when she was explaining it to me. She said sorry for coming so many times. But to be honest, I love Rachel, so I don't care. She's as adorable as ever.
No, she's not being adorable. You two were fighting before, weren't you?
No, I love her.
What? But she's always complaining to you.
They aren't complaints. She was giving me advice.
Advice?
Did you know she grew up really well off? You must. She is your mom, after all. And I'm not from the same background, but Rachel is helping me understand her world because sometimes I make blunders with etiquette. There are things that surprise me. So I told her that I wanted her to teach me about the world, from one woman to another.
What?
Rachel agreed to help me. If I mess up, she listens to me and tells me how to do it properly.
Are you telling me that you and my mom are good friends?
Yeah, of course. We get on really well. So, I think that this lie about her being rushed off in an ambulance has gone on long enough, don't you think?
Well,
why don't we start talking about the truth of what really happened?
the truth?
Where are you?
Uh,
I asked Steve if you were at home, just to check, and he said there's been no sign of you. So, where on earth are you? And what are you doing?
well,
Don't be shy. I've already done a bit of research.
Really?
You really did go back to Kansas, didn't you? The person you're with now is that new woman in your office. Katie Mackenzie, 23 years old.
What?
Katie kept on telling you that going abroad was scary and that staying in America would be better. She made you decide which of us is more important to you, didn't she? You ended up coming on the holiday because you didn't know what to do. You thought that Rachel and I don't get on, so you lied about her having an accident so you could go home alone as you'd planned. You met Katie at the airport when you got back to carry on your affair. Now you're living it up on a secret getaway to Miami with her. So all of those times you complained about needing the toilet when we were together, you were really just staying in contact with Katie.
That's a lie. Why do you think that?
Don't tell me you've forgotten. There are detectives in my family. And I worked as an investigator before we got married.
Oh my god.
But there was the problem of me being in Mexico. I asked my dad if he could help out, and he got one of his investigator friends to do a bit of research for me. They looked into what you'd been up to and where, and managed to find you'd been meeting Katie for you-know-what all this time.
I don't believe it.
They're pros! But to be honest, it wasn't that hard considering Katie posts a lot of pictures on social media. She doesn't seem so bothered about being part of the affair.
Damn it.
And with that, I'm back!
What do you mean?
I came home a day early. The locksmith that Steve uses said he'd be able to come round first thing in the morning. Once he's changed the locks, you won't be able to get back in the house.
You're kidding, right?
Matt!
Mom?
You little... Just as you managed to find and marry such a wonderful girl as Jen, you choose to go off and... Do you have no shame?
Well, Mom. Don't worry. Katie is also a great woman.
How dare you! Jen is the best!
Well, I think you'll like Katie as well.
I don't want to hear anything about you not wanting to be with Jen.
Mom?
I've made up my mind about this quite firmly. You remember your inheritance? The $3 million your father and I have managed to save. Well, when we pass, it's going to Jen.
What?
I went to an inheritance lawyer and I'm getting my will changed.
Mom, how could you do this? You said that you'd give us that money to build the house of our dreams.
I'm disowning you. From now on, you aren't welcome in my house.
You can't be serious.
And with that, Matt was disowned by Steve and Rachel. Rumors about Katie and Matt's relationship were getting around. I guess he was just optimistic nothing bad would happen to him. After that, Steve and Rachel took my side straight away with the divorce. Even though we were only going out for a year, there was still a proper divorce settlement. And because he'd been unfaithful, I was paid a little more than what would be typical. Matt and Katie got in a huge amount of trouble for what happened, and they were both fired. It seems that they've both found it hard to find jobs now, and they're struggling to put food on the table. And do you know how I found all this out? Through Rachel, who I often go to lunch dates with. I'm hoping that I can stay friends with that lovely woman forever.
Ashley, sorry to message you so suddenly.
Hey, Marie, what's wrong?
The truth is, my relative Stephen died suddenly. I know it might be overstepping the mark, but could I ask you to go to the funeral?
Oh, is that so? Oh, my condolences. Of course I'll attend. Could you tell me when and where the funeral will be?
It's from tomorrow at 10 a.m. at Greenwich Village Funeral Home. Would you mind getting there a bit earlier?
Sure, I'll go a bit earlier.
Ashley, I'm so sorry, but the venue has changed location all of a sudden.
Can you really change the location of a funeral that easily? I'm in front of the funeral home as we speak.
I couldn't believe it either. I hate to ask, but could you come to the Greenwich Village Hotel?
A hotel? What do you mean? It's a funeral service, right? Why should I go to a hotel?
Don't worry about it, just get here fast. Everyone's already arrived and are waiting. Get here as fast as possible. It's rude if my daughter-in-law is the only one that turns up late.
Okay. Wait. Marie? What's going on? You told me it was a funeral service. But it's really a wedding, isn't it? Where are you now?
What was that outfit you were wearing? Ugh! I can't believe it.
No, what are you talking about? Explain the situation to me. There's obviously been a misunderstanding?
Marie! You're a bit of an annoying daughter-in-law, aren't you? I definitely told you that it was a wedding. Of all things, why would you come in funeral wear? You really do have a lack of common sense.
What? You told me it was a funeral, though.
It's fine. Just get back here fast and apologize properly when you do. I'm apologizing in your place right now. I told them that I'm sorry for my stupid daughter-in-law.
Marie, yesterday I didn't have any time because I was apologizing to everyone. But we need to get this all straight. There was obviously a miscommunication. You told me it was a funeral, didn't you? Why would you tell me two different things? Why do you hate me so much?
Hate you? I told you that it was a wedding. Ugh, won't you stop these false accusations?
Even if you said that, Marie, there's still some history between us, isn't there? But regardless, you told me it was a funeral. I'm literally looking at the text you sent.
What? Maybe I made a mistake. Even if I did, do you really want to make me out to be the villain that much? You really are a horrible daughter-in-law. This is why I opposed you marrying my son, but Ben didn't listen.
Is that why you've been bullying me? Because you never wanted me to marry him in the first place? I really don't want to say something like this, but aren't you being a little childish?
Who do you think you're speaking to? Now you're showing your true colors. I'll tell you what, all of our relatives are on my side. From now on, don't think that you have a place as part of my family. It's annoying being part of your family anyway. I'd rather be out of it. Why are you speaking like you're above me? Who do you think I am? I think you're my mother-in-law? That's what I don't like about you. You don't even have a bit of charm or loving in your voice. Do you really think a woman like that is suitable for Ben? Despite you being a bad person, you always put the blame on me. Don't you think you're being a bit weird? You're always being so feisty. Oh, I can't believe it. That's why I can't stand you.
Well then, I can see that this isn't a situation where we can actually talk. Let's try to talk another day. With that...
What? Wait a second. You feel like leaving now? You can't leave now. Hey, listen to your mother-in-law. Ashley, have you got a second? I'm in the hospital now. Oh, it's nothing serious, but I've twisted my ankle badly. I have to stay in the hospital for a few days.
Oh, really? Take care of yourself. Well then...
Wait a second. If you come to visit me, I'll forgive all those awful things you said.
I thought you hated me? Plus, you were the one who was saying way worse stuff to me.
I already told you I don't hate you. On your way here, could you pick me up a donut from that bakery by your house? Oh, I'm totally addicted to them. If you buy me one and bring it to me when you visit, then I'll forgive you. Oh, the hospital food is so bland. I'm already so tired of it.
Is that so? By the way, are your relatives gonna visit you?
Isn't it obvious they are? Everyone's so worried about me. Unlike you, I'm popular. Well, Ashley, it's better to take this opportunity to butter me up. Because even at the best of times, you're thought of as a stupid daughter-in-law.
Oh, right. Okay, so I'll visit tomorrow.
Ashley! What are you doing?
Oh, hello again, Marie. What's up? We just saw each other. Do you miss me already?
Don't play innocent with me. I know you're behind this. It can't not have been you. You got everyone to come to see me in hospital in funeral clothes. Aren't you just the funniest person in the world?
Oops, I'm sorry. Oh, I think this is surely another one of your misunderstandings. So I told everyone to show up in funeral clothes because, you know...
Don't be stupid. If I'm dead now, how am I messaging you?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
What are you laughing at? Stop treating me like I'm some idiot. You better tell everyone who came today that this was all a misunderstanding. After this stupid little prank, you're no longer welcome in this family anymore.
Do you still not understand?
What? Understand what?
I think you're underestimating how much influence you have over your family and relatives. I didn't trick them at all to show up looking the way they did. They agreed to it.
What are you saying? I know you're definitely lying. They would never do that. I'm not fresh off the farm like you. I've been the center of this family for years. They all love and respect me. They'd never do that, after all I've done for them.
Everyone said you constantly look down on them and that it's exhausting to be around you.
Oh, yeah, right. How stupid do you think I am? I'd never fall for something so blatantly false. You really are a helpless piece of work, aren't you?
Maybe I am, but you're no better. I think it's time you know the truth. In all my years alive on this earth, I've never seen anyone who's hated by more people than you.
What?
If they didn't, they wouldn't have agreed to go along with my little plan. In fact, they were all on my side at the wedding, too. They all felt so bad for me. When you weren't there, they all came to apologize to me. They said this isn't the first time you've done something like this. I didn't even have to show them our text message history. They believed me. You told me to go in funeral wear to an important family wedding just to pick on me. You tried to trick me into being the one to ruin the wedding, when really it was you for doing such a nasty thing to me. Everyone was understandably angry at you. Marie? Are you reading these messages? You've gone all quiet. I'm here. I see. By the way, Uncle Mark said, I'm tired of putting up with her foul mouth. She swears like a truck driver. And Aunt Paula said, when I heard her stories, I always pretended to laugh. But I immediately think about how I can get away from her ASAP. That's enough. She also said, I also have to bite my lip to stop myself from raking her over the coals. What's wrong? Does the truth hurt? Stop it already! I'll say I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. Oh, wow. It's very unlike you to apologize. I've been targeting you because it feels like you took my son away from me. You know that I had him when I was a bit older. He was just the cutest little boy. Oh, and I loved him so much. You're a woman, too. Surely you understand. Well, I understand he was cute, but how does that translate into you bullying his wife? It doesn't add up for me. I raised him with all the love in my heart. I love him so much, and that didn't just go away when he got married. I just can't bring myself to let him go. I hate that his affection is going to someone that isn't me. I wanted to play a little trick on you to show you I was the boss. I thought it was harmless. Harmless? How is it harmless? If it only affected me, it would have been one thing. But you ruined the atmosphere of the entire wedding because you wanted to be mean to me. Didn't I apologize for that already? Yeah, only to me, though. And I'm the one that gets to decide if you're forgiven, even if you apologize. Nothing could be done about you ruining the wedding ceremony. How would you feel if it were the other way around? Not just the fact that you ruined the wedding, but also how the rest of your family has been putting up with your behavior for years. Okay, fine. I'll apologize to everyone once I see them again. It's great that you realize what you've been doing is wrong, but I don't know if everyone will want to see you after all of this. Why not? Why wouldn't they want to see me again? What's that supposed to mean? It means what it means. After talking with everyone, we've all agreed it would be best if we don't see you anymore or invite you anywhere. No way! If you can't see anyone from now on, you won't be able to apologize, will you? By the way, that includes me and your son, too. Stop messing around. What you're saying is serious. I know my son would never say that. Oh, he did. He was the one who brought it up in the first place, actually. All of the family met up, and the discussion led to that. It seems that everyone said they'd be cutting you off. No one opposed the idea. Ben wouldn't have said something as horrible as that. We're related. We have a blood connection. I don't believe any of this. You're lying, because you want to get back at me for the little joke I played on you. Why don't you get in touch with Ben to see if it's a lie or not? I can't get through. It doesn't even go to voicemail. My texts aren't sending either. What's going on? someone who only thinks in the short term like you might not understand, but the main victim of this incident is Ben. Not just because his own mother is picking on his wife. You were willing to use someone's wedding ceremony, and he saw it firsthand. Your selfishness was made very clear to him and the rest of the family. I would have been happy if you'd at least kept your tricking to only affect me. I'm sure this is all pretty tough to swallow, huh? Don't you think this is all going a little too far? For just one little prank? I'm not the villain here. If anyone, you're the one who's being selfish. Well, if you haven't understood what I've said up to now, I don't think you ever will. I've said what I had to. Whether you accept it or not is up to you. I promise, the next time the whole family will be properly dressed. In funeral wear. At your funeral service. Because that's the only way we'll ever agree to see you again. After that, all of the family completely cut Marie out of their lives and stopped inviting her everywhere. Paul, her husband, had been dead a long time. She'd been living off Social Security and the money her husband left until then, but still relied on her family to support her for a lot of the time. That was all gone now. Maybe it was owing to her hard life, but she didn't have anyone she could call a friend. She realized quickly that she had no one else in her life other than the family who had just disowned her. She had no one left to turn to. I heard that from time to time she'd go over to one of her relatives' house, crying and begging to be let in. But wherever she went, she'd be turned away at the front door. No one wanted anything to do with her. She thought she might be forgiven if she apologized. She told everyone in the family, "Please, I'm apologizing for the way I've acted. You've got to forgive me." But all of them knew she was a lost cause and didn't fall for her crocodile tears. Well, I guess she got what she deserved. I hope she realizes that her jokes aren't very funny.